Good evening and welcome to FTB Sport. Once more into the breach, dear friends. Oh, happy band of few. I can't think of a more topical, Shakespearean quote to go for than that. We are in the penultimate game of the tournament for England, the semi-finals. And since 1966, we've never been beyond that in an international tournament. So what a momentous occasion tonight. And as I said on the banter group, I think the great Northern expression, "I'm cacking me pants," comes to mind to describe my emotions as I go into this game. But likers, sharers, FTB Sport, and just a couple of stats to think about before this. And you're going to love this one, though, El. I just want to remind you of something. England and Denmark have played 21 times. England have won 12, Denmark 4, 5 draws. And the last time we played, what was the score, El?
I think it was 1-0. Denmark beat England.
And what happened in that game?
Ben Scott scoring, I think.
Harry Maguire got sent off.
Yes. And
so let us pray that blockhead or slap.
How did he get sent off? Was he actually involved?
Yeah, sent off. So let's hope that blockhead or slaphead or whatever his nickname is behaves himself tonight and does us proud. Anyway. Great to have you on the show. And what we'd like to do is the first half is think about England. Lie back and think of England. Yeah. What's that in that Kirsty McCall song that Billy Bragg, where she says, "How can I lie back and think of England when I don't even know who's in the team?" Mock said, "Go first. England team tonight. Who would you play? How would you lay it out?"
For me, for me, England have surprised me this tournament. I'm not going to lie. Usually it's the same thing every time we get into a tournament. Everyone gets excited, but we're just not. We don't have the tools to go into the tournament in the right way. Whether that's the manager, whether that's the coaching team, whether that's the players. But there's a different feeling this time in this tournament, and I think we have to give credit to Southgate. We really do. No matter how much criticism he's got, he's actually looked at how previous winners, talking about Portugal, talking about France, how they've been defensive at the beginning of the tournament, and then they express themselves. And it looks like England took this approach. So for me, I think, I would say keep doing what he's doing, but in this game, I wouldn't go with 3 at the back. I really don't think they need to go with 3 at the back. I think they need to go toe-to-toe with Denmark. I would say, Pickford, as much as I'm not a big fan of Pickford, he has done well this tournament, so he needs to stay in goal. I would put Walker back in there. On the right, I would have Stones, Maguire. Maguire, since he's come back, you can't really say solid as hell since he's been back. Maguire, Shaw, of course, on the left back. No other left back goes into that position. In front of the defense, I would have Rice and Phillips. They've done a great job. So far. Wouldn't touch that. In front of the Mount got a good, I think it was 80-something minutes in the previous game. And I think, he needed that. And I think now he's going to show even more in this game. And then in front of them, you still have to have Kane. It's crazy people were saying sub Kane at the beginning of the competition and look at Kane now. I would say Kane at the front. Saka, I think, is going to be coming back in. This is a difficult one. I don't know if I would keep Sancho in there because Sancho had a good game the previous game, but Saka also did have a good game before that. So I don't know if I would keep Saka or Sancho, maybe Saka because he's better defensively. And then on the left side, of course, Sterling every day of the week with Kane up top. So that's the team I would go for against Denmark.
I mean, you've got Foden and Grealish. You must be frothing at the mouth to get on the pitch. I mean, they must be fresh. To get out the blocks. Is it? Do you think he might just go for a slightly different angle?
I don't think so because Southgate is a very safe manager. I say safe in regards to if it's working, I don't think he's going to change it too much. And he's shown that over the previous games. If something's working, he doesn't change it. So I think he's going to keep it the same, which I think is the right decision because imagine he changes everything now in the semi-final and it doesn't go well. Even if it was the right decision, he's going to get it from everyone. So I think he's going to keep the same team and use Grealish as a weapon. That's how he's been using it. So
could be. Jem, what's your take on it?
I think that winger Mel
Yeah, the left back.
I think that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah.
His assist versus Czech Republic, I think Ian Wright said it was the pass of the tournament. Can you remember?
Yep.
Yeah, I do.
Outside of it, curled in. So he's going to be against Walker, isn't he, by the looks of it? So Walker's going to have to be on his game, because if we play with a high line, he's going to be getting the balls in on the back. I think he's really going to test our defence. I don't know if Pickford's really been tested. Yeah.
Huh?
I can't really say Pickford's actually really been tested, to be honest. I know people have said he's been good, but is that the people in front of him? Like, how many saves has he actually made?
I think he's quite a good shot stopper. Like De Gea, he's a good shot stopper. But my criticism of it is he doesn't get the momentum going from the back. He doesn't think ahead. He doesn't move. Walker can make a couple of cock-ups, and with Edison behind him, he's fine. He's out of jail. Doesn't see it. He's not as bright, and he doesn't distribute and get the energy going. When we scored that first goal against the Ukraine, I was really critical of the fact that the tempo really dropped. Now, we got away with it, but if Ukraine had scored at that stage and you've gone to really low tempo, it's very, very difficult to change your stance, and that's why I know Pep screams at the players when the tempo goes down, and that starts from the goalkeeper out. And I was seeing Pickford go like this to the back four, and I was thinking, even with
4-0 up, he's having a panic attack. I think Ukraine, when we scored the first, they kind of got a little bit down. By the second, they'd given up pretty much in some ways. Denmark aren't going to do that. They're just going to be going all out for the whole game. I think, what's his name? Damsgaard.
He's talented.
He's trying to prove himself, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's 20 years old. He's really trying to put his line in. And who was the one? Dolberg, wasn't it? So he missed the first 2 games. But the last 2 games, they've won every game he's played. And I noticed he was trained at Ajax Academy.
Yeah.
It kind of shows, doesn't it, really?
Yeah, he's wonderfully talented. So since he's played, they've won every game. It's like four goals, and I can remember 92 when Denmark won. I can remember 92 when Denmark won with Schmeichel in goal and Brian Laudrup. And they gave absolute blood. I remember some guy busting his leg, and they gave blood. I've never seen a team give just beyond human capability that game to be able to win it. So you just got to know that you're right, that the Ukraine might have kind of lost their confidence. The Danes will fight us till the very last second of the very last moment. Every step of the way. That is their way. That's their Viking way.
It's the wings. We need to watch our wings.
Saying Vikings, I think 3 of them play for Brentford, and you don't get many Vikings in Brentford. But couple of things to read out. Evan on there says, "What's your predictions for the game?" Hold on, we're going to come to that, sir. Baby boy Morris, evening, guys and girls. Evening, baby. Who's the newbie?
Would you like to know, Adam?
It could be talking about me.
Evening, sir. Here he is. Boxes on. Good evening. Come on, England. Yep. And he reckons 3-1 to England. We're going to come to that. Everyone wants to predict yet. Cody says Southgate playing for pens. I just can't see it. You wouldn't.
Absolutely crazy.
But
I think I looked earlier. Casper has saved 22 penalties in his career.
Yeah.
He's not scared of penalties. He sees it as a challenge. I think he enjoys penalties.
I'd actually forgot about that. Schmeichel is incredible. I'd kind of forgotten about that. We need to remember that. Yeah. Yeah. Now you've made me even more nervous. Yeah, you're right.
We can't do penalties.
Schmeichel and penalties. Grandpa Stevens. Grealish could play there, but he's such a good impact player. Yeah, and that's Mukto. That's exactly what you were saying. We'd use him as an impact player, change the game. If things are going well, we'll put another nail into it. If it's not, we'll try and rescue it. I agree. Congrats from everyone on your stream. You hit the same amount of goals as Mbappe in Europe. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. right?
What?
I don't know. I think being sarcastic about
Confirmed lineup.
confirmed lineup.
No surprise. Oh, Saka's on.
So Saka's the one, yeah. So it's the same lineup. He's going with 4 at the back, it looks like.
Mm.
So not 5.
4, yeah.
That's good.
So
That's good.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's...
As long as he puts on a bit of impact, you know, at some point, if it is dropping, that's fine. But don't just sit back when the tempo's gone and don't make any changes.
What's the maximum substitutes we can have?
5.
5, yeah, because Italy and Spain put like all 5 on. It was almost at 5. It almost feels like American football when you're putting an offensive and defensive team. Anyway, Errol, talk to us. What's your thoughts? England tonight.
Hello. We're going to go on to Jordan. Forward. Pardon?
Shaw playing centre forward then tonight.
Luke Shaw can play in 11 position. It's okay. No. It's Jordan Pickford. I know you guys are talking about Pickford, and you believe Gemma was saying, obviously, with him, is it the players in front of him that's giving him the opportunity to cheat? But I think in this tournament, he's been absolutely phenomenal. In this tournament, I've seen him pulled off a couple of saves. I know we're talking about sort of Czech Republic game, and he pulled off about 3 or 4 good save there. I watched then the German game; he pulled off another 2 or 3 good save there as well.
It's not enough.
So for
it's not enough. That's only half of what a goalkeeper does. That's half.
It's half of what he does. But you got to remember as well, this is breaking a record if he goes through and England win the title by keeping all the clean sheet. The last time England won was in 1966 when they won the World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to look at who he played and what
and he needs to contribute to that. Yeah, that's my criticism. My criticism is momentum. He's not a momentum instiller.
I think at the moment he's playing better for his country than. So Pickford in goal. The lineup's there anyway, but I had Luke Shaw, I had Maguire, I had Kane, I had Walker, Phillips and Rice in there. I had Saka and I had Kane Sterling there as well. So with Grealish coming off, probably the first substitution England will need to make, because I can't see England scoring a goal up until about the 70th minute.
Really?
That's the prediction. Yeah.
I always score fairly early.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, but against Denmark, unfortunately, I can't see us scoring early against them, because Denmark also play with a block of 2. So because they almost play roughly the same sort of football as from, but they use the one winger they have, who got the pace to try and get behind all the defense. But I cannot see Denmark getting behind England's defense tonight. I honestly can't see it. It's coming home, guys.
I hope not. I so hope not.
It's coming home.
Yeah, I feel confident. But remember what I said. They will fight with everything they've got till the very last minute of the game. They will, more than any team we've played, they will, as a unit, they will fight and fight and fight.
Who's in the mid again? Is it Rice and Mount or Rice and
Phillips?
They're kind of going to be key, aren't they, to keep the play coming through, because they're going to come down the wings. So we need those two to help out with that middle part.
I'm pleased we've got an on-form John Stones to protect Walker on that side as well. He's really going to have to think about his mate, because if Walker does a bit of brain...
Have another centre back. I thought it was just Harry there. I didn't know he had help.
What? Oh yeah, Harry does the whole back four, doesn't he?
Harry again. Yeah, of course.
Again, Harry at the back and Luke Shaw up front. That'll sort it all out.
On a serious though, with it, to be honest with you, Sterling's been outstanding so far for England this so far in the tournament. But I'm going to pick on 2 players where I believe they don't get enough credit, and I think at club level they don't get that much credit as well. It's going to be Phillips and Rice. I think they've been absolutely outstanding in this tournament.
The Yorkshire Pirlo.
Absolutely outstanding, and I don't believe they get it.
I don't know. To be honest, I don't know if Rice has been outstanding. I think he's been good, but I think Phillips has been the real industry in that midfield. And I think Rice has just... I just don't see it. I don't see this hype of Rice in the midfield. I don't know. I mean, this is another show, but He's been good, but I don't think he's been that good.
Keep the ball, Muxo. Keep them up. Move on to what's your thoughts? What's your predictions for the game? Who do you fear from the Danish team? How do you think the game will pan out, sir?
I think this is going to be the toughest game England have played so far. The toughest easily, and they've played Germany, I know, but they're playing a team that's playing for a cause. You know, that team is playing for a book. Since Eriksen, that situation happened, they've been on fire since then. And I think what we have to do, and Jem touched on it, is really the flanks. We have to be careful. Walker is our weak point. I think Walker is the weak point of the England team, and he's playing against their best player. You know, and I feel like how we cope with that is going to determine the outcome of how this game is going to happen. But to be honest with you, there's no excuses. Yes, Denmark will be good. We have to watch out for Damsgaard. We have to watch out for Dolberg. I'm not too concerned about Dolberg because I think Stones and Maguire should be able to deal with him. But I think Denmark play better as a team than England too. That's what I feel right now. And if we can come past the first 20 minutes without conceding, without anything crazy happening, red cards or anything like that, I think England can go on to control the game. I really believe that they can.
Our mate Linval there reckons 18 minutes, so it's a counter view to yourself, Errol. But yeah, I hope in it, and I think England will score. Yeah, 18 feels about right. It's a bit precise for me, but there you go. Anything else you want to say, Mukta?
No, I mean, I just think England need to be brave. That's the one thing I will say. You know, like this is the test for me. It's not anything before. This is the true test. It's the semi-final. They haven't gone past the semi-final for a very, very long time. I can't remember the last time, to be honest with you, in my time. So they have to go for it. They have to treat Denmark like they've treated Germany, like they've treated the big games that they've played. And if they show any leniency to this, they will lose the game.
That's why I'm obsessed with the tempo. Yeah. They have to, even if they score early, they've got to keep that tempo up, particularly against Denmark, because they will never give up. They've got to keep the foot on the throat. They've got to keep the tempo up. And that's why, and there's no, it's not me picking on, that's why I'm critical of Pickford, because tempo starts from the goalkeeper out, how quickly he contributes the communication to the team. And I don't like him saying, calm down, slow down, when you one up and it's only 20 minutes has gone by. That frightens me. So they
have a panic attack tonight, I think.
Go on, Jem.
We see Mel coming down the wing.
Yeah. What do you think will happen in the game? But actually, Mukta, give us a forecast before we move back on to Gemma.
A prediction of the game?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to be positive, even if I feel it's going to be very tight. I'm going to go with 2-1 England. I think it's going to be the first game England concede a goal.
Okay. Jem, what do you think?
Same. I think this will be the first game we concede a goal. I think that little winger is going to be putting balls in. It's going to be the first time our defence has been properly tested, I think. But I think the fact that they're going to probably really be attacking down the wings, we're going to be able to attack more as well. So I think maybe it will be like a 4-2 kind of game.
Wow.
Yeah,
it's a semi, isn't it? So come on now.
Yeah, no, I think we will concede. They will give it everything, and so much will depend on how we respond. It's that Mike Tyson quote where he says, "Everybody's strategy until they're punched in the face." And when we get punched in the face, the question is, will we come back at it, or will we just stagger about? Because things can happen.
The fact we're in the semi, a lot of these boys are young as well. People talk about the past. This is a whole new team. It's a whole new manager. And I'm sure they're told not to worry about what's happened before. Let's just focus on what we're doing now. And, it's just another team. You've just got to go out and play the game. And I don't think a lot of these players now, they don't look scared when they're playing. They're just,
They don't remember the bad times. They don't know. They make memories of ghosts against Germany or failure in the past. They only know now. That's good. The average age of the England team is only 24 years old. I think Denmark's 28. We've got pretty much the youngest squad in the tournament, and I think that's good. They're not scarred. They have no memories of failure. Little comment there from Munzi. I want to take on board. Munzi says Walker should never be in the squad. Get out of town.
Come on.
He's totally experienced. No one beats him for pace. He plays for the league.
He's got the pace, and we need that tonight.
Get out of town. He then says 1966. Yeah, and that's what we're hoping for. Thank you. Great show, guys.
I know this is a great show.
Okay, Errol, prediction. What's going to happen?
I'm going to be confident with this. I keep telling everyone it's coming home. I'm going to predict today, Kane and Maguire to score today. Also, I believe England will be very positive. They'll be off from the front foot. And I've got to give Gareth Southgate, who I do not credit, but I'll give him some credit where credit's due. And I think Saka tonight will set the tempo going into this game.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to watch Holberg.
He will be subbed.
Sorry?
I think he will be subbed at some point.
Yeah, I think Danger Man, we've got to watch his Holberg in this because not a lot of us rate him. So because not a lot of rate him, I think this is going to be a game that he's going to actually show up and actually get managed for. But I do believe in England and I believe in Gareth Southgate and the squad he's picked here. I'm confident it's tempo. Let's do it.
Højbjerg
2-0 England.
Did you say Højbjerg is the one that they should watch out for?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good shout because he's been very creative for them.
Yeah,
unorthodox for him. Yeah, he's been creative.
Four assists so far. Top assists in the tournament.
I think
really?
What's
it's right
happened to
to
him,
deal with him.
him and Granit Xhaka? You know, they're two what I'd describe as journeyman defensive midfielders, and they've suddenly come to the World Cup and turned into Sissoko. You know, he's the only player who turns up at World Cup, plays fantastic, gets a great transfer, and then, you know, reverts to a normal thing. I worry when players do that. Granit Xhaka, what good timing, mate. That's all I'll say on that one. But Højbjerg, yeah, he's playing above the level he's shown for Spurs.
Well, what they have in common is they play with teams in turmoil, basically. You know, like Arsenal are not in a good position, and Spurs are not in a good position as well. So they're struggling. Yeah, exactly. So now they're playing with a team that, you know, there's a cohesion there. There's a right direction, a manager. So it's bringing the best out of them.
You think as well.
So he'll know a lot about Harry Kane, won't he? He will know all about Kane's runs, where he plays. The coaching he'll be able to give that back for, and that defense against Harry Kane, who he plays with, would be unique, really, wouldn't it?
Yeah. You got to think as well, the manager, due to COVID, he kept his job due to COVID as well. So what he's done fantastic with Denmark, bringing them to this far in tournament. Also, you got to think about it as well. What happened to Christian Eriksen? These guys are playing for Christian Eriksen right now.
Of course. Exactly.
Yeah, Damsgaard's the one that's replaced him, isn't he? So
yeah, he is. Yeah,
he was like his little apprentice, wasn't he? So he's like, right, I'm going to show you what I can do now.
Yeah,
Christian Eriksen's bitch is on the pitch tonight. So there you go. A couple more comments from north of the border. I've got to read Stu's comment out here, you know. Rice exposed his centre-backs for 2 years prior to Souček's arrival at West Ham. Interesting view. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Yet more Anglophile overhyped nonsense. Yeah, I know we get excited, but, you know, give us a bit of a break. I'm not even reading the rest of it. I'm sorry, Stu. Maybe turn it on. Maybe you got Coronation Street or EastEnders on the side. You'll find something to like. Or tennis, Stu. Could be your new game. Evan, bit of sense here. Walker is very experienced, which you'll need to have to win this tournament. Good man.
Yeah.
Denmark. Cody's coming with the Danish lineup. So we've got Schmeichel, who we know is really good, hell of a penalty stopper. We got Christensen, who are a bit like Granit Xhaka and co, who never looks like a superstar at Chelsea, but has been playing like he's world class. Their captain, who again it seems to be the man mountain there at the time, galvanising them all together. Vestergaard, who I think the tip-off is going to Spurs from Southampton, isn't it? He looks like a really good
quality centre-back. Quality centre-back.
Yeah, I don't know much about Striger Larson. Anyone want to fill me in? Højbjerg we know, and I think, you know, as we mentioned, his knowledge of how Harry Kane plays and a lot of those Premier League players will be invaluable, I'd have thought, to Denmark. I think Larson I think he's one of the Brentford guys. I think there's 3 Brentford guys there. Obviously, Martin Braithwaite we know from Barcelona, and he's putting a lot of running in.
He's going to be a problem too. We have to watch out for him.
He's a very determined player. Damsgaard is a young talent. Marler, pronounce it, the left back. He is world class. And Delaney, I think, is he a Brentford guy as well? No,
I'm not sure. Actually.
Not sure about Delaney.
And Dolberg's the forward, so they have talent. But a bit like we were saying on the previous show, it's not about that. It's about the cohesive unit. It's about the team play. It's almost like when you see the Warriors cover themselves in shields and move forward, isn't it, Denmark?
Exactly.
Yeah, we that's the bit we've got to watch, and that's why the tempo has to be high. If we drop that and they get one back, I don't know how we'll come out of the game.
Yeah, because we haven't been in that situation yet.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a testament to the players and the manager for England, because like we were saying earlier, and I think Mumsy said it as well, you said it, it's a case of, with this England team, what happened in Euro 96, what happened in 19, whatever happened, this is a new start, a new beginning. The average age of this England team is like 22, 23. So this squad of players now don't know any different. I was listening to Harry Maguire having a he was on the, I think, what was he on yesterday? He was on the Peter Crouch show and they were talking about it. And he was saying he can't remember any of that. None of the players think about that because that's gone. Let's talk about the here and now. And the here and now, these guys can go out there. And I was having a laugh and a joke with one of my friends the other day. And I said, if these guys go out and win this tournament, knighthood, it should all be knighthood. That's it. There should be like their OBE or their Sir. That's it. Because I think this is a chance.
To Ryan Sterling. Harry Maguire.
I like that. I like the Sir Lucio Nino. I like the sound of that. It rings.
Oh yeah, I remember when at Man City they used to call Niall Quinn Quininho.
Yeah, Quindinho.
Let's see whether they put the same boots on again when him and Pogba turn out for United in their first games of the season. Let's see if they've still got their magic Jimmy Grimble boots with him.
It's England now. It's England.
Delaney plays for Dortmund. Thanks, Foxy, and thanks, Mohedin. You know more than us. You should be on the show, you two guys, not us. But fellas, thank you. Honestly, it's been an absolute pleasure. Let's Niall Quinn legend, yeah. It's an Quininho, but it's been an absolute pleasure, and I'm looking forward to the banter through the game. I've got to focus on the game, otherwise I start laughing when I hear the banter. But see you Sunday night. See you Sunday. We've got to say
Sunday night. Yeah.
See you Sunday night.
Bring that energy out.
Bringing it home. It's coming home.
FTB Sport. Like us out there, share us out there, tell your mates, and tell them importantly, it's coming out.
It's coming home.